Hey everybody, I hope everybody's doing well. I'm going to do some canvas dips today. I've got 4 8x10 canvases and I'm going to just do hopefully a pretty dip on all 4 that will come together and kind of make sense, and hopefully it'll turn out the way I want it to look, but you never know because fluid art is never predictable for the most part. Today I'm using different brands of paint. I had some leftovers. I want to say this was DecoArt True Blue. And then I have a cup with white added to it, so it's like a lighter blue. This cup here I have about half of Master's Touch from Hobby Lobby Phthalocyanine Blue. The other half is Creative Inspirations Paynes Gray from Jerry's Artorama. So when I mix this together, it's going to be a pretty deep, vivid blue, but not navy. It'll be a vivid blue, so it'll be really beautiful. This one is Creative Inspirations Metallic Copper from Jerry's Artorama in this cup. This dip will not take much paint either, so I don't have to have a ton of paint mixed up. These are 3-ounce bathroom cups. My white is always Artist Loft Flow Acrylic. Comes from Michael's. I get it in the quart in the black and white. I mix it 1-to-1 with all of my colors. Today I'm using Owatrol Easy Flow, which is a European company. You can get their product from owatrolusa.com or from Amazon. It's in my link. It's very much like Floetrol in America, but I use it because they graciously give me free product to use to demo, and it's for those outside of the United States that are looking for something comparable to Floetrol. The last color is Master's Touch from Hobby Lobby Violet, which is a very dark purple. So I added some Liquitex Basics Prism Violet and a bit of just regular like craft bottle white to hopefully make this a purple that's not like dark, dark, dark. I don't want it to be super dark. So that's why I added the Prism Violet and the white, is to lighten it up just a bit. Because usually violet or dioxazine purple, which is the deep purple, will dry almost black looking, and I really did not want that to happen with this. So therefore, I added the white and the Prism Violet to it. Okay, now I'm going to do my Owatrol, add it in. Then you will see me adding water from my squeeze bottle. I've got my white in this container here. I'm going to fast forward through the mixing up process, and I will be back in a few minutes. I have push pins on the bottom of the canvases so that I can do this, and then when I'm done flipping and dipping, I can still put them on the table with push pins so that there's no dripping or it laying any paint. So I always keep my canvases elevated off of the table. I'm going to start with the base coat of white. I'm going to use my Wilton Easy Glide tool. It's an icing and fondant spreader, but it works great for smoothing out nice base coats pretty easily. And I'm not worried about the sides at this point because the paint is going to come out on the edges. I mean, I can run my tool along the edge, but I'm not going to make sure like it's super base coated. But you can use your finger and Just run the white paint along the edge on the bottom canvas, then you'll have to add the white to the other canvas that you're dipping with because it is dry when we dip onto this canvas. Okay. So I'm going to do just a few lines of color. These are somewhat thicker. They've been sitting for a while. So all these paints are on the thicker side. And of course I just mixed these up, but I'm going to do the purple on the outside. And I want just a hint of the copper. All right. So I'm laying my canvas straight down in the paint. I'm going to press gently to make sure all the paint in the center gets pressed in. And on the edges, just pressing the frames together. And you can, like I mentioned before when I've done this technique, you can kind of feel the coolness of the paint through the canvas. That just, lets you know that it's wet. So now, I'm going to move this to the side a bit, and I'm going to separate like that. And that's quite pretty. I like that. I will pop any bubbles, but I'm not really wanting cells. I did not add silicone into this. So I'm not really looking for cells, but I mean there are going to be some cells that kind of pop up. There are areas of this side of the canvas that was dry that did not get enough white paint, and I'm just going to add. Going to do another one, another set. On this one, I'm going to pop the bubbles first because I forgot to do that last time. Just in my white. Since it is kind of random, I don't try to do anything specific with it. I'm just putting colors down. But I wanted to see what patterns I could make with it. So again, taking the other canvas. Here we go. Okay, so I probably shouldn't have curved it, but that's okay. It's still pretty. I didn't get any of this. I'm going to put my palette knife down in it and then put it over here. I may cover that back up with white because that doesn't look right. I'm going to scrape this off. I'm going to use my squeeze bottle of white just because I can control it a little bit better. You can kind of drag your finger even through it too. And I wish that was over more, but I don't think I can really do anything about it. I could try blowing. It kind of changes the look of it though, so I'm not going to do that. Okay, so I think with this, I thought I would do a 4-piece set. And I'm not so sure that I want that now that I've done it. Got some color on the side, but no color dripping over. So I'm going to add white paint. I'm just going to let this flow a little bit. I can even take my straw, wipe off, and just pull that color or the white out a little bit. And now I'm going to let this one drift a little bit. It's not going to be, it doesn't flow as easy because this was a dry canvas, so the paint is not as wet and fluid, so it's not going to move for me like I want it to. Okay, I'm just going to leave this one the way it is and put a little white where this blue kind of drizzled through. Got a few light areas of white. So this can be a set, and this can be a set. I was kind of hoping to get a winged effect this way, so it would be winged and winged, but then I curved it, which didn't make it work. So this is still beautiful just by itself as a set, and this is beautiful just by itself as a set. So I'm going to pick these up. So here's this set. And here's this set. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Check out all the links below the video where it says show more on your laptop or on the down arrow on your mobile device. There are links for Amazon with all my recommended products. There's a description of what I did in the video with the colors and technique or what ratio and recipe I use, that kind of thing. They're always below the video. There's also my Facebook group, my website where I do sell my artwork. There is a PayPal and Patreon link if you'd like to donate anything. And you can check me out on Instagram as Sandra Lett as well. So check it all out, and I will see you on the next video. I hope you have an awesome day. Thank you. Bye-bye.